Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, My So-Called Healthy Life. So before I get into this video, I just want to say that so many people have suggested that I do strawberry letters, which I guess are like advice column letters. So I'm going to start doing that. I have an email strictly dedicated to like interaction with you guys. It's listed below. It's called Peter Monn Dad, of course. And any advice that you guys want that you're willing for me to use in a video that I will directly address in an advice video, please send those to that email and I will get right on that. I'm going to start that this week. I probably will do like 2 days a week, like Tuesday, Thursday, Monday, Friday, something like that will be advice video days. If you are okay with me using your name in the video, like first name, let me know. If you would prefer that I keep it private, let me know. If I can read your whole email, let me know. If I can only like summarize it, let me know, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's a new change that I'm gonna be making on this channel. But that's not really the change that I wanted to talk about today. You know, it was interesting when I was reading the comments from yesterday's video and people were talking about like, I got one guy on there that said, would you please talk about high school anxiety? And I thought, God, I could do video after video after video about like how to deal with high school, right? Or somebody was talking about like changes in the workplace or going from like a leadership role in like an executive world to being retired, like that change. And you know, as I was reading all of these things, or setting limits and boundaries for family members, which is change, you know, or like leaving a relationship, which is change, or how to deal with a relapse, you know, and getting back to being in sobriety, which is change. And the overall theme that I saw to all of these issues was change. And, you know, I started thinking about it, and I am a complete control freak, all right? Like, it just sees through my blood of being a control freak, right? And if you know anything about addiction, that wouldn't probably surprise you. Most addicts and alcoholics are complete control freaks, all right? And basically, part of our struggle is that we try to control our addiction and we can't control it, and it frustrates us, it angers us, we have resentments at it, all those kinds of things. And so control is always a huge issue for addicts and alcoholics. It's something I've struggled with my entire life. Well, control plays a major factor into change, right? And we're always totally resistant to change, those of us that have control issues. And a lot of people that don't have control issues are really resistant to change, or it's uncomfortable for us, you know? And I am a believer that anything in life for growth, any opportunity for growth, any lesson in life for growth, you have to be willing to be uncomfortable. You have to be able to be willing to feel a little pain to change, if that makes sense. I can remember years ago when I was working for this treatment facility, and my supervisor said, we're changing how we're gonna do family group. And what's so funny to me is I can't even remember how we did family group before, right? But like we would have kids' parents come in from all over the Midwest, and they would come in and they would visit for an hour, and then we do a family group for an hour and all this kind of stuff. I think like our group was from like 6 to 7:30, so that we got to leave by 8 o'clock or something like that. Well, she changed the whole thing. And I worked Tuesday through Saturday, and the other counselor worked Sunday through Thursday. And so she changed the whole thing so that we would have a joint family group on Thursdays, which put both of us out the door at like 10:30. And then I had to do family group with my group on Saturdays, and she had to do group with her group on Sundays, which was because she wanted, our supervisor wanted us to give individualized supervision and care to our clients and their families, if that makes sense. Plus, it also offered opportunities to do individual family sessions. You guys are like, why are you telling me this? Because you have to kind of understand. Okay, so I was like, I will never forget, I was sitting in this clinical meeting with her, and I was like, I'm not doing it. And she was like, what? I was like, our family program is phenomenal. I'm not willing to do this. She's like, well, this is what I'm changing, and Peter, I'm asking you, please don't be resistant to this. And I was like, I'm not doing that, whatever. So anyway, she called me in to her office afterwards, and she said, Peter, she said, you've been here for a long time. Our other counselors look up to you. She said, I'm asking you to please go along with me on this. She said, you're kind of leading them in how to respond to this. There are a lot of younger, newer counselors. And I said, okay, but I'm not happy about it. I don't want to do this. I know it's not going to be the right decision. Ask me what my favorite thing was when I left that treatment center. True story, that Thursday, Saturday family group, I lived for it. To this day, some of those families still reach out to me on Facebook and places like that. I absolutely loved it. I got to know those families so well. I told my supervisor, I was like, I'm so glad we changed this, but it was my resistance to the change. The change wasn't the problem. It was my resistance to it. It was my resistance to try something new, okay? Every time in my life that I've opened the door to trying something new, it's been phenomenal. You know, every time I've taken a risk, something great has come out of I'm like stuttering today like crazy. What? Every time I have like been open to change or open to doing something different, my life has changed my life has changed so much for the better. Now, I will say that the process of getting there has not always been easy. So the process of having a 50-hour-a-week job and going to making my own schedule, I did not know what to do with my time. I was very uncomfortable. Somebody asked me in the section below, they said, could you talk about organizing your time because you seem to do so well with organizing your time? I do, but it works for me. And it took me probably 5 or 6 years to get to that point. Does that make sense of like how my schedule works for me? Like it probably would drive somebody else crazy. But I think like anything in life, like dating somebody that was younger or leaving my past relationship or my mother passing away or moving into this new place or everything that I've done and like, you know, in the next couple of years we're planning on moving, like as long as I remove the resistance and I allow myself just to exhale and float, life seems to be a little bit better. And the reality is I don't have a whole lot of control over that change anyway. So the quicker that I give it up and the quicker that I just go, okay, well, I'm retiring from my leadership position. I might as well just enjoy my retirement. What can I make the most out of that? Or high school's stressing me out. What can I do to like make the most of this experience? I can't leave, you know? Although I will do a specific video just about high school anxiety. You know, and on and on and on. Like my ex broke up with me, you know? Like I can resist that and stay in the negative and stay like, why? Or I can just go, I guess it wasn't meant to be, you know? And I miss him and I'm sorry. Let's move on. Let's take one step at a time. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, you know? It's not easy sometimes. And so, like, I think that's the biggest thing with change. I think for me, like changing the purpose and the direction that I've gone with this channel and even on my other channels where I'm trying to have a life lesson to everything I do is so true to my heart of who I am and what I believe that it feels so natural to me. And once I stop trying to do all this kind of stuff, like I'm gonna make this a weight loss channel, I'm just gonna sit up here and I'm gonna talk about motivational. Like this is what I talk about every day. This is what I talk about with my friends. This is what I love talking about. My life experiences and how I can help other people and how other people's life experiences have helped me. That's what I love. So when I gave into the resistance of what I thought I should be doing and just kind of said, okay, here's where I am. Hello, life. I'm Peter. How are you? And I was willing to just kind of accept it. That's when life got so much better for me. I love my life. I have like the most amazing life, but I had to accept it for what it is. You know, it's like that, I think the saying, you know, like what's the love statement, the quote? God, why can't I remember it? We receive the love that we think we deserve or something like that. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I think it's very similar to, I cannot believe I don't remember that quote, right? But I think it's very similar. Beauty pageant contestants, they always say, like when they have to like say a quote, they like, you know, to quote, blah, blah, blah. Is that Gandhi that said that? Oh my God. But anyway, I think life is very much like that. I know somebody in the comment section first 5 minutes will be like, it's Gandhi and the quote is, and you're probably a beauty pageant contestant. No, I'm joking. I love beauty pageants. But anyway, I think life is very much like that. Like, I think we get the life that we feel like we deserve, right? So when we wake up and we go, I deserve to have an amazing life. I deserve to have a good life. I deserve to stop resisting life and accept it and enjoy it. I think that's when life gets better for us. And I want you guys to have the most miraculous life in the world because I do. And no, that doesn't mean that every day that I wake up is perfect. It means that some days are total shit. But I can step back and I can go, exhale, inhale, and accept that that's just part of life and stop resisting and floating down that cool ass river of life. So anyway, I love you guys. Follow me on all my social media. Please follow my daily vlog. It's listed below, Peter Vlogs, and my main channel if you're not following it. Yeah. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.